Buenas tardes a todos. ¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos a Pioneros. Bienvenidos a la tercera edición de Pioneros, el principal evento para asesores financieros en México. No saben el gusto que me da ver tantas caras nuevas, pero me da todavía más gusto ver tantas caras conocidas y me da todavía más gusto ver tantas caras nuevas. Bienvenidos a todos. Para quienes no tengo el gusto de conocer, mi nombre es Herminio Padruno, soy el director de expansión en GBM y los voy a estar acompañando a lo largo del evento. Como en años anteriores y para los que nos acompañan por primera vez, aquí en la sala plenaria tendremos conferencias y paneles durante todo el día y en ciertos horarios habrá sesiones simultáneas en los breakout rooms, que son la sala expansión y la sala desarrollo. Va a haber tiempo suficiente entre plática y plática para que puedan moverse a la plática que más les interese. También es importante recordarles que algunas de las pláticas que vamos a tener el día de hoy van a ser en inglés y para los que así lo prefieran, vamos a tener servicio de traducción simultánea. Los auriculares los pueden recoger a la entrada de la sala plenaria y a la entrada del VIP Room by Vanguard. Pero bueno, como ya lo dijo Pedro, hoy en GBM ya somos cientos de asesores y la industria de la asesoría financiera está viviendo un momento histórico que no podemos desaprovechar. Nuestro propósito como empresa es muy claro: poner al asesor y a sus clientes al centro de todas nuestras decisiones. Esto lo vivimos todos los días. Somos ya más de 800 personas dentro de GBM trabajando todos los días para ustedes. Gracias de verdad por la confianza que depositan en nosotros cada día. Por otro lado, el propósito de Pioneros es muy claro. Es muy simple: celebrar a los asesores, celebrar la profesión y buscar conectar e inspirar a los más que podamos. Gracias nuevamente por estar aquí. Pero bueno, ahora sí, para arrancar ya con las conferencias del día, quiero darle la bienvenida a Paulo Costa. Paulo es Senior Behavioral Economist en el Investment Strategy Group de Vanguard. Estudió economía en Yale y tiene una maestría y un doctorado en economía por Harvard. Su conferencia se titula Confianza, tiempo y bienestar: los retornos invisibles que solo un asesor nos puede ofrecer. En lo personal, yo también creo que son justamente esas tres cosas: confianza, tiempo y bienestar, las que representan el mayor valor que podemos aportar a nuestros clientes como asesores, y pues, hay que celebrarlo. Bienvenido, Paulo.
What made Vanguard different from everybody else in this industry was the structure that I picked in the first place, way back in 1974. We are owned by the shareholders. Our mission is to serve them and not some outside management company owner. And I don't think it's self-serving to say that we are a company that is of the shareholder, by the shareholder, and for the shareholder, and with a crew that understands that and implements it really quite beautifully. People are the key to everything we do and everything we ever have done. I've often talked about human beings being the hallmark of this operation. People that care about our values, people that care about our integrity, each with their own hopes and fears and financial goals.
Listen, thank you so much for having us. At Vanguard, our mission is to give all investors the best chance for investment success. And we are so happy here today to be here to actually help you give the best chance of investment success to your investors. Today, I'll be talking about the emotional and the time value of advice. And why are we talking about this? In an age of AI, in an age of automation, what we believe is that the things that are uniquely human are the things that are actually going to differentiate advisors from the people who are not understanding what's happening in the market. What I want you to keep in mind, so you understand the size of the problem that we are dealing with here. Every single year, the American Psychological Association runs a survey called Stress in America. Every single year, even during COVID, the top stressor is money and finances. And so that you understand how big of a deal this is, the average American is thinking about and worrying about their finances between 7 and 8 hours every single week. In a year, that's over 350 hours worrying about their finances. So, what do we do as advisors to help them feel less stressed and enjoy life more? So, Vanguard is so committed to the things that are uniquely human that for this presentation, we ran one of the largest surveys ever done about financial advice to study the emotional value, the peace of mind that advisors give to investors, and understand how is it that what we do that we can actually help clients feel at ease, be able to sleep at night, but also making sure that this is the edge of the business going forward. So today, I will talk to you about 3 things on how to make sure that we are ahead of the curve in an age of automation, and how making sure that we are actually leaning in to what we do best, to be uniquely human. So 3 things that we will talk about today. At Vanguard, when we talk about the value of advice, what do we mean? What is the value that you're actually delivering to clients? And here's the first thing that I want you to keep in mind today. The value that we provide to clients is substantially underestimated by the clients, but also by ourselves. And I'll show you how we can fix that today. The second thing that we're going to be talking about today is how to best deliver the emotional value to clients. And then finally, what are the emotions that are underlying the peace of mind, and making sure how do we stay ahead of technology, how we stay ahead of artificial intelligence when delivering financial advice. Then the time aspect of it, making sure that in the end of the day, we are not underselling our proposition. When a client hires you to do their job, remember, they're delegating for a reason, either because they don't know, but because they may not have the time to do it. So what are they doing with the time that we are actually saving them? And what does that say about the power of financial advice in people's lives? The second thing I want you to keep in mind is, after this talk, I want you to remember that financial advice is a lot more than just the financial well-being that we provide to clients. We are actually able to influence in all parts of their lives. So, when we talk about what's the value of advice, at Vanguard, we think about 4 different buckets. So the first one, I always like starting by number 2, but I think it is the bread and butter of finance. It's portfolio value. It's managing portfolios, making sure that we are delivering for clients in terms of performance. This is where the industry started, right? Depending on where you go, you may hear from my accent, I'm from Brazil originally. In Brazil, financial advice is still mostly returns, delivering on returns for clients. What we claim here is that financial advice is way beyond that. First, financial planning. You could have the best investment strategy in the world. If you don't have enough money invested, it doesn't matter. Your impact is going to be limited. At the end of one's career, helping them withdraw money from their portfolio. Some people freeze when it's time to spend money. Advisors can also help with that. Portfolio management, financial planning, this is the core of what we do, and will always be. But the question is, this is what we do. The emotional and the time is how we deliver to clients. And here's what I'm going to show you. So first, the emotional value of advice. Very easy to feel, very hard to define. So how do we define it? It's the financial peace of mind. It's being able to sleep well at night, knowing that a financial advisor is taking care of my accounts. Second thing, trust. I trust my financial advisor. That is also part of the emotional value. And then the last one is, by delegating things to us, they get time back. And then the thing is, what are they doing with that time? But now is the moment that I will ask for audience participation. So stay with me for 1 second. So I presented you 4 sources of value: portfolio management, financial planning, the emotional value, and time. We asked 12,000 clients, one of the largest surveys ever done, what is the top reason why you get financial advice? Out of these 4, what is the top reason? So I'm going to start. Who thinks, raise your hand if you think the top reason why they come is portfolio management, returns. Who believes it's financial planning? Thank you. Who believes it's the emotional value? Okay, the majority so far. And who believes it's to save time? So the winner by far, it's emotional. Anybody said portfolio management? No, not the Vanguard people. By the way, if you're wearing the red ribbon, please come visit us at Vanguard at the end. And also, whoever got the question right will also get it. The top reason why clients come to get financial advice is actually portfolio management. 87% of clients are saying they come to us for portfolio value. The second reason is emotional value, 74, followed by financial planning and time, little time, 38%. I want you to keep 2 things from this. The first one is, this is the reason why they came. And I'm going to try to show you that the reason why clients come to get advice is not the reason why they stay. And the second thing is, emotional value and time value are substantially underestimated as sources of value. Because this is a client in the beginning thinking, what value am I going to get? But the second question is, how much value they actually get. So when we interview 12,000 clients, 7,000 of them, 7,700 have advice, 6,000, almost 7,000 human advised, 900 digital advice, a robo-advisor. We're going to compare those. So the first question that I'm interested in understanding is, 74% of people said, I expect to get emotional value. The question is, do they get it? How many people get it? Here's what we find. 86% of them get emotional value. 86% of clients think, because I have a financial advisor, I can sleep better at night. Now look at the differences. 69% of them for people who have a digital advisor. And 88% of them who have a human advisor. So the human advisors still have an edge on peace of mind, but also peace of mind for these people means something different. For human advice clients, it is about the interaction with the human. For digital advice clients, it's actually to have a machine monitoring their portfolio 24 hours a day. Different sources of value. But what I'm going to show you now is to go one level deeper. What are the emotions that underlie peace of mind? Here's what we do. 2 types of emotions. The first one is what we call the self-focus. It's how I feel about my finances. That's why I put the figure of one person, just how you feel about your money. The second one is about how does the advisor make you feel? It's the social emotions. If you walk into the office, if you walk into the Zoom call, does your advisor make you feel respected, appreciated? Or does the advisor make you feel anxious and stressed to be talking to someone, to be ashamed? Let me show you first the self-focused emotions, and here's the point. What I'm going to show you is, does having advice make me feel more confident? Or does it make me feel less anxious? Here's what we find. In green, we have digital advice. In mustard, we have human advice. So 57% of clients that have a human advisor feel more confident because they have a human advisor, and 33% for digital. Showing you that humans do better in making clients feel more emotions, it's not as surprising, right? So 57%, 54%, they feel more satisfied, positive, secure. Not as much proud, because pride is something that you get for doing something yourself. Here you have an advisor. But I wanted to take a look at actually reducing the negative emotions. So clients are 64% of them say, I don't feel anxious at all. I am less anxious because I have an advisor. 64% less anxious, 68% less overwhelmed. So all the numbers here in the mid-60s, all the numbers here in the mid-50s. Two lessons from this. The first one is, human advisors and digital advisors are better at reducing the negative emotions. Clients are feeling less anxious, less overwhelmed. I have another question for you. You are a financial advisor trying to impact the peace of mind of clients. There are two good options for you to choose from. My right and my left. You can increase the positive emotions of the client. You can make the client feel more confident. Or you can make the client feel less anxious and less stressed about their finances. Which one is more powerful for their well-being? So again, show of hands. Who believes that I can improve peace of mind more by increasing positive emotions? Raise your hand. I love the Vanguard ribbon on you. Who thinks it's decreasing negative emotions? Raise your hand. Decreasing the negative emotions is twice as powerful as increasing positive ones. So when clients call, I look like an old person with a phone, an actual phone, calling you about tariffs and the impact in market volatility, those are the moments in which you help them feel less anxious and less overwhelmed, and that's the moment in which increase peace of mind. Because when the market's going up, it's easy, right? The market's going up. If the market only went up, we didn't have a job, I wouldn't have a job either. So all of this to say, the hallmark of emotional value, it is about decreasing negative emotions. But how does the advisor make me feel? The social emotions. And this will be particularly important in the age of AI. How do you make clients feel? Here's what we find. For the positive emotions, 77% of clients say, my advisor makes me feel respected. For digital, only 19%. Appreciated, 61. Digital, 13. For social emotions, humans thrive where digital has a really hard time making you feel good about interacting with it for financial advice. Now, interesting, look left for the negative emotions. So I always look at ashamed. 96% of human advice clients say, my advisor does not makes me feel ashamed. But look at this, for digital, it's 85%. And the way that I think about this, I always think about coming up to my boss, and I'm about to have a meeting. I have 10 minutes before the meeting, and he's gonna ask me something that I should have known. I am an economist, I have a PhD in economics, that I should have known the question about how tariffs are gonna affect inflation, for example, and I forgot. I have 10 minutes, what do you do? Where do you go to get your question answered? Where do you go? You. What do you think? You go to ChatGPT. Thank you. Go to ChatGPT for an answer. The question is, do I feel bad about going to ChatGPT to ask that question? Absolutely not. Because digital technology doesn't judge me, right? I ask anything to technology, and technology doesn't judge me. So naturally, people don't feel ashamed. There is the anonymity aspect of technology. But that's also the downfall of technology. I always tell people, I'm a very disciplined person, very disciplined investor, very disciplined worker. I was a very good student, very disciplined. When it comes to exercising, not so much. And someone told me, get a personal trainer. And I thought, great idea. So I live in the US, and I went to get a personal trainer, $100 an hour. I couldn't do it. Too much. I don't have that money. And then someone told me, but you're Brazilian, get a personal trainer in Brazil. So, every, 4 times a week, we go on Zoom, computer, she's in Brazil, I'm in the United States. I've been exercising nonstop for 4 years now. Why? Because I am accountable to showing up every day because I know she's waiting for me. And here's the thing, what technology struggles with is technology has a really hard time motivating people to actually do something. I'll give an example. I could have asked ChatGPT to come up with exercises for me to do. If I don't show up, ChatGPT has nothing to say. It doesn't encourage me to actually do things. And most importantly, for finance, when we talk about portfolio management and financial planning, creating a financial plan will become more and more commoditized because AI will get better to do that. But the point is, how do we motivate? And here is the answer. Financial advisors actually encourage people. They feel supported, they feel taken care of, appreciated, and respected, which technology is, I don't even know when it's going to be able to actually do things for one reason. People want to impress people. People feel accountable to people. In the end of the day, if ChatGPT tells me, Paulo, you didn't go to the gym, I'm very sad with you, I'll say, I don't care. So in the end of the day, we feel accountable to other humans, and that's why the hallmark of financial advice and the emotional value is you reduce the negative emotions of people, but the second thing, you are the thought partner. You are the person that is encouraging them to actually do things, to achieve their goals for their families. This is what it is uniquely human. We care about people. Technology is a tool. Technology doesn't care about people. We use technology to achieve a goal. Technology is not the goal. When a financial advisor is able to reduce the financial stress of people, I told you in the beginning, 7 to 8 hours per week, the average American is worried about their finances. So that's a ton of time. The question is, can financial advisors actually help with that? And here's what we find. In the beginning, we said only 38% of clients believe the advice is going to save them time. Here's what we find. 76% of clients say advice saves me time. And what's interesting is when we ask them, how much time is advice saving you? 2 hours per week. 2 hours per week. That's over 100 hours per year that we're giving back to clients. So I have 2 thoughts on that. Number one is, what is it that we are doing as advisors that we're actually able to save clients 2 hours per week, 100 hours a year? Here's what we find. So remember in the beginning they told us they came to us for portfolio management was the top reason. They say, they're helping me monitor my portfolio and they're helping me select my investments. This is portfolio management. It is the reason why they came to us. It is the reason why, the top reason why we're saving them time. The second bucket, trust and peace of mind. Because I trust my advisor, I don't need to be double-check what they are doing. So I have the time and the bandwidth to do other things. I don't need to check on that. Peace of mind. Don't underestimate, when you don't know something, the amount of time that you keep thinking about. The financial stress, a big chunk of it is the cognitive load that you're thinking about, but you actually cannot do much about it because you don't know what to do. That's why you go to an advisor, and that's why when you have one, you save time. And the third reason, remember, was the goal setting, tax efficient. It is the financial planning value. So what investors are coming to us is exactly how they are saving time. But as a behavioral economist, I'm interested in understanding, well, I just saved people 100 hours per year. What are they doing with that time? Here's what we find. 49% of clients are saying, I'm having more leisure, which for me it's Netflix. But really, leisure activities, they're enjoying life more. The second one is 35% of people are saying, I spend more time with my family. That's social relationships that we actually all need more of these days. But it is about, building relationship. It's so important that we are actually with people. 29% are saying, I exercise more. So now we're talking about health. Then 27% of people are saying household chores, they are going to clean the house more. I don't understand them. 19% of people say they are sleeping more, volunteering, and 11% of people are working more. But here's what I think is key about this. To be honest, I don't really care as much about what they are doing with the time, but I do care to know that the financial advice that we are providing to people is having impact way beyond their financial lives. When we are talking about enjoyment, when we are talking about time with family, this is not the realm of finance anymore. But it is financial well-being, it is financial advice, enabling things in other domains of their lives. And also, in the beginning I mentioned the majority of time that people spend stressed, it's actually at work. They're sitting down in front of a computer, and the boss thinks, oh, look, Paulo is working so much. Sitting in front of the computer, fantastic. But I'm actually stressed and thinking about my finances. We, in the survey, were able to quantify how much is the cost of financial stress. It came about to the average worker is losing $6,000 of productivity per year in financial stress. And for the clients that have advice, $6,000 is the loss, $4,000 how much they recover in recouped productivity. So financial advice can also be a way for firms to increase productivity, but also for clients to feel all the benefits related to emotions and time. And because this event is called Pioneros, let me tell you two things where the industry is going in the United States that may be relevant for you, and especially in the age of AI. Number one is, for everybody to become financial advisors in the United States, and I just went through this 2 years ago, everybody has to study behavioral finance. You have to study how to, relate to clients. The second thing is, there are now two movements in the US about, one is the financial advisor becoming a well-being advisor. Financial well-being is at the core of being able to enable things such as having clients enjoy life more, clients spend more time with family and exercise. So understanding how actually to be holistic when delivering not only financial advice, but actually life well-being. So a lot of practice are starting to have doctors attached to it, therapists attached to it, understanding that there are things that financial advice is at the core and also enables. For example, you can have wealth, but if you don't have health, what to do about that? So, the final one is the idea that some people carry traumas related to money. Then, there is now the Financial Therapy Association, that some advisors are actually specializing in financial therapy to unlock the emotional value and actually treat some of the trauma that clients have with money that is impacting their financial lives. So, I hope that today I can give you an idea that going forward, portfolio management and financial planning are things where AI will start making inroads to. And actually, the differentiator is going to be how we deliver the services. It's not about forgetting portfolio management and financial planning, it's how are we delivering. So I hope I was able to convince you of three things today. The first one is advice delivers substantial emotional value. 86% of clients are saying, I have more peace of mind because I have a financial advisor. And the two things underlying that are, number one, reducing the negative emotions, reducing financial stress. The second part is connecting with clients, make them feel respected. That's the other edge for the emotional value. The second part is clients believe that advice saves time, median of 2 hours, over 100 hours per year that they're using to spend more time with family, exercising more, and enjoying life more. And the last thing that I wanted to tell you, I started this talk telling you why clients sign up for advice. And the number one reason was portfolio management. And I told you, that may not be the reason why they stay. So, this survey was done in July 2024, so a little bit over a year ago. 1 year later, July 2025, I went back to the people who answered the survey. And here's what we found. Just naturally, some people left advice, right? There was no 100% retention. Some people left. The number one predictor of why people left is clients saying, I did not get emotional value. I was not less stressed. It was not portfolio management. It was not returns. It was not financial planning. It was not everything related to what we do for clients. It is about how we are making them feel. There is that famous saying, people will forget what you said. They will remember how you made them feel. And then, finally, the number one reason for why clients had high satisfaction, two things. One, they got emotional value, but the second one, we saved them time. They spent less time actually doing things and thinking about their finances. So when we're talking about saving time, when we're talking about reducing their stress, when we are talking about having them spending more time with their family, when we are talking about them exercise more, being healthier, I beg you to not undersell what you're doing and think about the fact that financial advice is a lot more than just financial well-being. You are actually impacting people's lives. So I ask you, in an age of AI, in which portfolio management and financial planning will be ever so more commoditized, automated away. Yesterday, it was launched for the first time in the United States, the first robo-advisor completely built with AI. Yesterday. Doing portfolio management, doing financial planning, 100% AI-based. Don't compete on the things that we are not sure we are going to have an edge forever. Pay attention to the things that are uniquely human to you, because those are the things that AI cannot touch, making clients feel accountable, making clients feel seen. People want to impress other people, and in the end of the day, reducing their financial stress, making them feel seen, is entirely still a human endeavor. Don't underestimate what you sell, and I want you to leave once again with the final message. The financial advice that you provide, it's not only impacting their financial well-being, it's their life well-being. Thank you for having me today, and please, would love to see you guys at the Vanguard booth. And I want to say thank you to one person that was shaking his head during the entire presentation, and I'll give you the Vanguard ribbon to you. Thank you. Herminio, thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias, Paulo, y también muchísimas gracias al equipo de Vanguard, una de las empresas que más le ha apostado a profesionalizar la asesoría financiera en México y un partner muy importante para nosotros. Y también, Paulo, qué concepto tan poderoso que nosotros como asesores financieros, más que solo retornos, podamos regresarle a nuestros clientes tiempo, confianza y bienestar. Espero que esto los haya inspirado a ofrecerle, a venderle y a comunicarle eso a sus clientes. En unos minutos van a empezar aquí las siguientes conferencias. Aquí en la plenaria vamos a tener a James Dowie de AXA Investment Managers hablando de inteligencia artificial. En la sala expansión va a estar Fabio Faltoni de Invesco hablando de portafolios modelo. Y en la sala de desarrollo vamos a tener a Juan Pablo Medina Mora de JP Morgan Asset Management con su ya tradicional guía de los mercados. Muy importante, vamos a dar unos minutos para que se puedan mover a la sala o a la plática de su preferencia, y acuérdense que tanto en el VIP Room de Vanguard como en la entrada a la plenaria están los auriculares para traducción simultánea. La plática de aquí en la plenaria es en inglés otra vez. Ahorita nos vemos. Gracias.